Hi guys, it's me, Indiana Jones, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, hey, say hello in the comments below. I love to make new, creative, crafty friends. Today I'm collaborating with two very special and dazzling friends, Theresa of Theresa Be DIY and Rhonda of the Distressed Princess. But we're not distressed, we're totally dazzled today. The three of us are Totally Dazzled affiliates, and we wanted to show you how you can create some totally dazzled gift ideas for mom this year. So, let's get started. So for this dazzling craft, I decided I wanted to make Mama a throne. Oh yes, that's right. You heard me. A throne. So that first piece right there is half of a frame or 3/4 of a frame that was plastic. I think I got it from Dollar Tree during Halloween and I just went outside and spray painted it white. Didn't think it was that interesting to film, but here I am. I'm going to make you watch me paint something white anyway. Just took some acrylic paint and added a little baking soda to it just to give it a little more texture. And this is a gift box from the Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to put a backing to this, what used to be a mirror frame, I suppose, but it had like a skeleton in the middle, so I didn't think that was very conducive to Mother's Day. But here I'm just using those little wooden planks that you get from Dollar Tree, and it'll do the trick. It fits right in perfectly. And I'm going to join those two pieces together with a popsicle stick in the middle. And that's all it takes. Boom. Right there. Voila. You got it. And then I'm just going to place that inside that frame. But before I do that, I'm going to give it a backing because every throne should have a cushion. And here I'm just measuring it out. Now, this is not going to be just a decorative little throne. This is actually going to be an accessory that is going to be useful for mom. And basically it's going to help keep her jewelry all nice and neat on this little throne. You'll see when we get to the end, you'll understand. But here I'm just placing some fabric on top of that little wooden piece that I created to insert into that frame and just adding some of that pillow stuffing inside. I don't know how else to say it. Pillow stuffing. And that's going to be the back cushion for this throne. Now I put the throne back aside, and now I'm going to start working on what's going to become the seat. Before I go any further, I needed to create some decorative, interesting architecture because the back of the seat has this beautiful frame, but now the seat itself does not. So I'm using this IOD mold and some air dry clay from Crayola, some air dyed clay. I can't even talk anymore. Anyway, some air dry clay from Crayola, and it's pretty easy to use. Put a little cornstarch into the mold and then smush the air dry clay right in there. And that is going to help give some architectural interest to this little box, which is just a little gift box from the Dollar Tree. So here I am using some of that Shabby glue. You can also use E6000, but for this, I think the Shabby glue is just going to work just fine. And yes, I realize that it's not painted, but I will paint it all together in just a little bit. And I don't know why, but they look like fallopian tubes to me right now. I'm so sorry, but well, you know, hey, we're celebrating mom. Thank you, mom, for your fallopian tubes, I suppose. Anyway, I also wanted to add some architectural interest to my legs. Well, not my actual legs, but to the legs of what's going to become my little throne. Those little sticks are actually leftovers from those foam paint brushes that I get at the Dollar Tree. I never throw out the little sticks. I just throw out the foam part and keep those sticks just for moments just like this. Isn't that cool? Now, once the clay is dried, I am going to paint it all together. And there you have it. Now it's going to match the back of the throne. I didn't paint the top because I am going to put some fabric there. So you'll see that in just a moment. To make this look a little more shabby chic, I decided to add some dry brushing of some gold paint. Again, my paint is from Folk Art Paint and the Plaid Company of Products. And I just love the effect because now you can see all the details in that frame. I'm going to do the same thing, of course, to the seat. And I'm also going to like weather it down. I don't know if you want to call it weathering it down, but just adding those touches of gold makes that little box just a little more special. just adding some gold to the edges and of course to the decorative items that I added with the clay. I love it. I hope you do too. Next, we're going to start putting everything together. Of course, I also painted the legs. Here I'm using some of those Dollar Tree foam rollers and just taking out the innards because you don't need those sticks. And that's going to be my cushion. You'll see what I mean. So I'm just going to glue these rollers to the seat itself. And that's going to be the base of my cushion. Now you're wondering, why didn't I just use stuffing? Well, you'll see in just a moment. Be patient, be patient. Everything has a reason. I thought this would be a great place to store rings. And so I just needed to create little divots where you can store your rings. There you go. Now I'm just going to add the fabric and make sure that the fabric gets stuck in between each one of those rolls so that you can easily store your rings. Let's add that beautiful bee fabric. And I found this fabric, believe it or not, at Hobby Lobby. It was on sale for $3 a yard. It is gorgeous. I wish they had had more, but I think I was only able to get a yard of this fabric. But it was well worth it for this craft. Now, here I am going to just glue that to the seat, just making sure that I have enough to go around. I did take apart the top of this box, as you see in the back of it. I just put it apart so that I can add that to the seat easily. I added another roll, and that's one of those skinnier rolls of hair rollers or whatever, just to make it a little more conducive to add more rings to it. But I didn't want a huge roll in the front. And that's it. All I'm doing is putting some glue in between and making sure I tuck in the fabric really well so that you can see how easy it is to put away your rings in this area. And here I am finishing up that seat. There you go. And it's easy enough to see how fun this will be to store your rings. And not only that, but it opens up so we can store more jewelry in there. Mom's gonna love this. I think so. And now all I need to do is add my throne legs. So I have my little legs. I painted them with white and gold as I did the back of the throne. And just using a whole bunch of that Sure Bonder glue. And first I just let it set for a little bit so it's not like too soft. And I just set in the legs, easy as can be. And once I have all the legs put together, add a little more glue just to make sure it's stable. And this was, let me tell you, I had so much fun making this. I really enjoyed it. And you can also do this for a little girl's room. I imagine this in a little girl's room. Oh, that was Luke's hand right there. Cool hand Luke right there, telling me what to do. And here you can see how I am trying to figure out how am I going to add the back of the throne to my seat. I was having a little difficulty as far as engineering, but I got it together. Basically what I did was I added one of those planks to the back of the bottom of the seats, and that's it. Perfect place to store Totally Dazzled items. Now we're going to buy Mom a drink because Mom needs a drink now and then. No, I'm just kidding. I actually wanted to use this martini glass that I got at the Dollar Tree to create a really cute and classy candle for Mom so she can relax. I painted the base of the martini glass, and now I'm using candle making supplies, I guess, from BB Crafts and wax melts that I got from the Dollar Tree. And look at this perfect golden color that I came up with these wax melts. And it smells beautiful as well. And there you have it. Now I'm going to decorate with some golden ribbon and an item from Totally Dazzling. I love Totally Dazzling. I just became an affiliate with them, and the stuff they have is absolutely gorgeous. So you're going to see a lot more crafts that are totally dazzling from me. And there I am using one of their items to just complete that little bow and give it a little more glam and a little shabby chicness with the pearls. Perfect gift for Mom. So I got a little bit obsessed with this bee theme for Mom and decided to get this candle holder. It used to have candle wax inside. I cleaned it out, and I'm going to use this as a makeup brush holder. And here I am just painting it again with my mixture of white acrylic paint from Folk Art and a little bit of baking soda just so it sticks to the glass. I'm going to make 2 makeup brush holders. And now what I'm doing is adding a little bit of gold and yellow just so it matches that fabric that I had with the bees. This is going to look just so precious. I am so excited about this. And here I am doing it to this other candle holder. This was another glass candle holder that I painted outside with some spray paint. I thought it was easier. And just adding a bit of gold touches to match the fabric. Now what I did with the fabric was I took out, or I cut out those beads. Look at this, how beautiful. I'm so in love with this pattern. And it just looks so boutique and shabby chic. And here I am adding the smaller bee pattern to my smaller bottle here. And it just looks so fabulous. I love this. It is so high end. And to think I basically didn't pay for anything except for that fabric. So that's just pennies right there of that fabric. Now, again, I'm adding my gold ribbon and a little embellishment from Totally Dazzled. Again, please look in the description below so you can find how you can get your own Totally Dazzled items for yourself. And that's the finishing touch. So I had to continue with this bee theme. I'm using this fall mason jar sign from the Dollar Tree and using some just sheets of book pages that I had lying around. And I'm going to Mod Podge this on here to give it a shabby chic kind of look. It's really chic, shabby chic, I suppose, because all I used was white and gold as embellishments. Here I am adding some gold paint just to distress it, but instead of using black, I'm distressing it with gold. I would like to be distressed with gold, don't you think? I think that would be so cool. Anyway, here I am distressing the edges with the gold paint. And then I'm going to add a beautiful bee design to match up with my bee fabric. So now I'm going to stencil on top of those pages with this beautiful stencil that was gifted to me by my friend Sandy McKenzie Lumbermill. Thank you, girl. And it is perfect to tie into my bee themed fabric. And it's so shabby chic with that printed pages in the background. So first I stenciled in a darker bronze, and then I used a lighter gold color, that yellow gold color on top, so it gave it some depth. And I wanted to use a bigger crown for this wall hanging, so here I am using this crown from another stencil, and again, darker on the bottom and the lighter gold on top, and it just gives it such a nice dimension. But that's not all. Now I bring in some gold ribbon that I've used in the other crafts to tie in the whole theme together, and just using it as the top of the mason jar, almost making it look like you can put that top right there. There you go, just like the back of that frame. Now I wanted to add a little bit of dazzle and sparkle to my flowers. I just decided these flowers reminded me of, I don't know, honeycomb or a beehive. So I'm adding a little bit of the glittery paint from Plaid FX and some of that gold from Folk Art, and just using some leaves and adding these lovely little flowers. I just wanted to add a little bit of shabby chicness to this, and these flowers were just perfect. But it doesn't end there. We keep adding some more dazzling stuff. And the most important part of this is that beautiful, look at this. Oh gosh, look how it sparkles. That was from Totally Dazzled, and I am just in love with it. I'm so happy that I'm now an affiliate, and I just needed to add a little more sparkle to match up with that beautiful embellishment from Totally Dazzled. So here I am using Plaid FX glitter paint once again, and there you have it, my finished wall hanging. That is beautiful. Yes, I made a mini throne. I think it's a perfect gift for mom, don't you? I mean, she should be queen for a day, and this will remind her she's queen every day. Anyway, I want to thank my friends Theresa and Rhonda, Theresa of Theresa BDIY, and Rhonda the Distressed Princess. Now remember, please visit each one of their channels because this is part of a Totally Dazzled giveaway. So please comment on each one of our videos and you'll be entered to win a Totally Dazzled gift certificate. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe, and come back for more. I love this. I think this is beautiful. I know, but I think this is just perfect to showcase my Totally Dazzled accessories. Thanks again, Theresa and Rhonda, and most especially, thanks again to Totally Dazzled. As I always like to say, stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure. Now, where shall I put away my crown? See you soon.